Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in a small, quiet village, and this is where we meet our main character. He's a farmer, and his true wealth isn't about money or land, it's about his sense of peace. But as we're about to see, that inner peace is about to get put to the ultimate test.
So this farmer, right? He didn't have much, but he was genuinely happy. He and his son had this one thing they treasured more than anything, a truly magnificent white horse. This wasn't just livestock. This horse was part of the family.
Then one day, a rich merchant rolls into town, sees the horse, and offers a life-changing amount of money for it. A huge bag of gold. But the farmer? He just smiles and says he can't sell his friend. And the villagers, well, they think he's lost his mind. They're openly mocking him, calling him a fool for throwing away a fortune.
And right when everyone in the village has made up their mind that the farmer is an idiot, fate decides to step in. This is where the story's real roller coaster of fortune and misfortune kicks off. Literally just a few days later, disaster. The farmer wakes up, goes to the stable, and it's empty. His beautiful, beloved horse is gone. Just vanished. You can just imagine the villagers, can't you? They come running over, basically saying, "We told you so." They're gloating. "See, you turned down a fortune, and now you don't have the horse anyway. What awful, terrible luck." But the farmer is completely unshaken. While his son is freaking out, the farmer just calmly says, "Who knows if this is bad or good? Only time will tell." Just let that sink in for a second. He refuses to label it. He's just observing what is. Now, if this were your typical story, that would probably be it, right? A sad little tale about a missed opportunity. But this is where things get really interesting. Because get this, a few weeks later, something incredible happens. The white horse just shows back up. And he's not alone. He's leading a whole herd of wild horses right back to the farm. In the blink of an eye, the farmer's terrible luck has just made him an incredibly wealthy man. And just like that, the villagers switch their tune. All that mockery turns into pure envy. They're all crowding around, slapping him on the back, saying, "You're the luckiest man in the world. This is an unbelievable blessing." But the farmer's response? It's exactly the same. He doesn't get arrogant. He doesn't celebrate. He just says, "Perhaps. Who knows if this is truly good?" He knows this chapter isn't the end of the book. And of course, he was right. The story is far from over. This new wealth just raises the stakes, and what seems like the greatest blessing is about to take another sharp, dramatic turn. The farmer's son is, of course, totally thrilled. He starts the hard work of trying to tame all these new horses. But one of them is just too wild. It throws him, and he lands hard. His leg is shattered. It's a really, really bad break. So here we go again. The villagers start whispering. "See," they say, "those horses were a curse after all. Now his only son is a cripple for life. What a tragedy." But even with his son lying there in pain, the farmer's wisdom is like a rock. He calms his son down and says those familiar words. "Good or bad, we can't know. The story isn't over. Let's not judge." 1 week. That's all it takes for the world to turn upside down again. First, there are rumors of a terrible war. Then, the army marches into the village. Their orders are clear. Every single able-bodied young man is being drafted to fight in a battle that everyone knows is basically a death sentence. And this is where the full weight of the story hits you. All the healthy, strong sons of the village are marched away to war, and none of them ever come back. But the farmer's son, with his unlucky, broken leg, he's declared unfit to fight. He's left behind. He's safe. And as the villagers are weeping for their lost sons, they finally go to the farmer, and they finally understand. They finally see it. That broken leg, which they all called a terrible curse, was actually the greatest blessing imaginable. It saved his son from certain death. So, what's the point of all this? What can this ancient story actually teach us about how to live our own lives today? It really all comes down to the profound wisdom of not knowing. It's this beautiful idea of the unseen path. Life isn't just a random collection of good and bad moments that happen to us. It's this intricate, interconnected web. Today's catastrophe might just be the thing that pushes you onto the path toward tomorrow's victory. You just can't see it yet. So if we boil it all down, there are 3 really powerful takeaways here. First, when you're going through hell, remember the story's not over. Second, when you're flying high, stay humble, because that's not the end of the story either. And maybe most importantly, real lasting peace comes from just accepting that we almost never get to see the full picture. And that brings us to the final question, one I want you to really think about. Look back on your own life. What's one thing that happened that felt like an absolute curse at the time? But now, with a little distance, you can see that it was actually a hidden